China's presence in the waters around Taiwan is growing at a record pace. Taiwan has recorded the highest level of Chinese Coast Guard, survey, and other government vessel activity for 3 consecutive months. The latest figures are raising fresh concerns about Beijing's expanding maritime footprint around Taiwan. Taiwan's defense ministry detected Chinese government vessels 118 times as of August 24th. The number has already surpassed July's total of 117 vessel sightings. In June, Taipei reported spotting at least 111 Chinese vessels near the Taiwan Strait. Before this recent surge, the highest number of Chinese vessels recorded in a single month was 50. Beijing's increased activity in the Taiwan Strait has raised alarm in Taipei. Much of the recent Chinese activity has been concentrated in waters east of Taiwan, where the maritime claims of China, Japan, and the Philippines overlap. Analysts say there was almost no comparable Chinese government ship activity in the area between January and late May 2026, making the sudden increase since June particularly significant. The surge began after Japan and the Philippines announced plans in late May 2026 to begin talks on their maritime boundary in the region. Beijing strongly opposed the negotiations and asserted its own jurisdiction over the waters. China says its Coast Guard patrols are a necessary response to what it calls unilateral actions by Tokyo and Manila. The Chinese presence has not been limited to patrols. According to Maritime analysis, Chinese law enforcement vessels contacted 198 commercial ships shortly after the Japan-Philippines announcement, asking for details about their ports of call and crew. The activity has raised concerns that Beijing is increasingly asserting authority over shipping in the region. Chinese survey vessels have frequently been spotted as close as 50 nautical miles, or around 93 kilometers, from Taiwan. That is particularly significant because these operations are taking place beyond the area directly linked to the Japan-Philippines boundary dispute. Analysts say this suggests Beijing's activities may be aimed at broader strategic goals around Taiwan. Experts say Beijing could be using the latest developments to establish a semi-permanent presence in the waters east of Taiwan. Repeated patrols could gradually make Chinese government activity in the region appear routine and normal. Taiwanese officials have warned that this could be part of an effort to establish a new status quo through a sustained maritime presence. China's survey operations are also under close scrutiny because they can gather information about the seabed and underwater environment. Such data could potentially be useful for naval and undersea military operations. Analysts say waters east of Taiwan could become strategically important in any future conflict involving the island. The continued presence of Chinese law enforcement ships also has implications for commercial shipping. Analysts warn that repeated monitoring of vessels could help China practice controlling or regulating maritime traffic in the area. This has raised concerns that such operations could potentially serve as a rehearsal for a future maritime quarantine or blockade. For now, Beijing says it is defending its maritime rights and responding to developments involving Japan and the Philippines. But the growing scale and persistence of Chinese ship activity suggest that a larger strategy may be unfolding. The key concern is that what began as a response to regional boundary talks could turn into a long-term Chinese presence near Taiwan, gradually changing the maritime reality.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.